You don't have that intimacy with her as yet.
Yeah.
My question to you is, if the circumstances was that you guys got married and it turns out that you guys never get the opportunity to have sex
while married,
would you stay with her?
While married?
Yeah, you get married and you guys never get the opportunity to have sex.
After the wedding day? Since after wedding day and years on.
Okay.
Outward appearance. If you're always not looking too put together and looking shabby, your parents will always say to you, take pride in yourself, in the way you look. Put yourself together nicely.
Look like somebody picnic.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So the part 2 will come out after the first 2 episodes in January. You don't think so?
No.
Wait. Yeah.
I remember there's a story like that, and I was like,
my week was good. We got the little 1-day break. Shout out to National Heroes Day.
Don't know.
Got the little break on that day.
Doing something.
Yeah.
Often enough, we'll eventually become friends.
Yeah.
True.
All right. You mentioned that. If you like
peer pressure is when your friends influence you to do wrong. That's if the situation where you're married and the person not a Christian. Because the exception doesn't make the rule. So don't, as Mandy said, you play hero and you get 0. You
think that physical intimacy is
conspiring individuals, but
conspiring
definitely.
Is such
we're not gonna get into that still. So
Mandy, how was your week?
In most cases, if it wouldn't be harder for me, but I think it would be harder for her. Cause I would say it wouldn't be a problem for me to just speak and just gauge where your mindset is, see what you're really about. Versus if she gave me one word answers like okay and like nothing.
Yikes.
You get me?
Yeah.
So I think that'll be my answer.
Alright, I have a next question for you, and ladies, I'm coming to you guys next.
Okay.
But Brendan, I want you could marry that person.
Yeah.
And I want to ask the same question
what
that
kind
I
of
asked.
situation you put Brendan in?
So 4 o'clock. Kevin call me and say, yo.
All right, can we give them the short version?
All right, so we use a random name generator.
Yeah.
And we saw
the gray space.
We saw the gray space, then we saw different things with grace and space in there.
Yeah.
We saw like space station, and we saw grace network. And we're like, I think the first name was the gray space.
Jeez.
Yes,
I do understand.
But it's not. But even if it's the foundation, but it's I'm trying to say. Cause alright, if you look at old people, right, they're not getting jiggy as often as they wanted.
Yeah.
But
I can personally relate to that because my year, trust me, it has been a year of challenges. It was not a season, it was a year.
A new church, a new church. The home assemblies of God is not what it's supposed to be keeping in 2024. We're not doing that anymore.
The home assemblies. I would say it's not the most important thing, right? But it's one of those things in the relationship that can make the relationship better. Right?
True.
So if I'm married to this girl, right? And
that's crazy.
That's how I've always heard it being
I just hear it in the whole
it's not keeping.
When I really think back about it and say how church used to be online, like, whoa. Yeah, I really have to say, whoa.
Yeah, the pandemic was a wild time.
It was really wild.
Yeah, wild.
I remember I would have to get a slip to go down to church, and they would have service. Do you remember when you had to get permission by the police?
Yeah.
Remember police used to drive past and knock on the door? Yeah.
Vibes cause with a ball.
You might have a ball in a prison.
I got burn up the shoes.
That's crazy. Well, I guess you can say spiritual as well. You know, and I guess relationships that would have to all start if I like the person. So once I like them, I start to build a connection with them from there. Yeah.
But what do you define as liking the person?
So
Like,
what I define as liking somebody?
yeah, be a bit more specific when you say like the person.
All right, so
Make sure you have the right amount of people in there.
I think at one point we locked the door and then like the police came and they opened the door and then I think we were in mid-service.
Cheers.
And then he just stood there and then me and Steven's looking at each other up there. Just looking at each other. And that's when it was just the musicians and just the pastors alone and the singers.
Yeah.
There was no congregation.
I remember one time when we were supposed, I think we were supposed to be about 15 people. I think it was about 40 people.
I'm going and I sweat.
I was ready to
They could start off January.
So Candy, so was your week?
How's my what?
Your week.
My week?
Yeah.
I think collective.
Yeah.
Oh.
Before marriage.
Physical.
And this question is for, it was on Twitter by Nick Bartley.
Alright.
So it says, one of the members of my church was getting baptized, and as the baptism was starting, some random guy stood in front of the church and told everyone that the guy getting baptized punched his sister in the face earlier in the day. The whole congregation was sitting there like... This reminds me of a wedding story.
Yeah.
You don't have that intimacy with her as yet.
Yeah.
My question to you is, if the circumstances was that you guys got married and it turns out that you guys never get the opportunity to have sex,
While married?
would you stay with her?
While married?
Yeah, you get married and you guys never get the opportunity to have sex.
After the wedding day? Since after wedding day and years on.
Where you know the side woman come in and mash up the wedding.
Yeah.
And everybody's there like
When the pastor say, if anyone objects, speak now forever.
hold your peace.
Yeah, man, just get up.
And somebody just get up.
Yeah.
Boy. Alright, so next story.
Same as punch him sister in the face.
Punch your sister in the face. Like, come on, you can't do better than that. I mean, just for the day. Alright, so the next one, by Anthony Marshall, it says, I went to my wife's grandmother's church on Christmas as a couple years ago. They had a temporary pastor who preached a Christmas sermon, cussing out the members about how he knew someone in the church was trying to kill him by loosening the lug nuts on his car. And God don't like
Try to kill him?
I tried to kill him and he's preaching.
How him know say them take out the lug nuts?
Say somebody in the church.
Yeah, how him know say them?
It really is.
No bad man.
Once you take off the lug nuts, Virgin.
But somebody in your own church trying to kill you? Oh my God.
Hey,
I need that as a movie.
Listen, maybe as I said, I don't know, but I guess the Nazarene church. And I remember somebody look at me and say, "Brother, you're fat." No, brother. I was like, "All right, cool." I was like, "All right, cool." I was like, "All right."
Let's do something.
Yeah. And right there and then I was like, "Yeah, I think he's right. Let's do something else. You know." So I have a few scriptures here that you guys can use to not succumb to negative peer pressure. So many years ago, the minister had a group of nursery school age kids up in front of him for a children's message. He finished up and then suddenly one of the little girls absolutely decked one of the little boys. We never did know why, but the minister dismissed all the kids with the words, "While mom and dad are dying slow deaths."
What?
I
Run
don't
that
know.
back.
All
One more
We
time.
understand.
so I'm running back. So many years ago.
And I think even one of her sons, I think he wasn't so sure if it was even his child.
Yeah,
Mhm.
well, I mean.
But nevertheless, also, since we're closing, I want to ask, what What do you think?
High schoolers at a popular Christian high school in Memphis. While I was preaching, I saw some girls on the front row that kept giggling nervously. I couldn't figure out why they kept laughing, even during my serious parts. When I was done, I walked off the stage and felt a little breezy in my nether region. Sure enough, I had preached the entire sermon with my fly down. And to make it worse, a girl walked up to me from my church and said, "Man,
Making me blush over here.
that mushy stuff."
Careful.
Man.
We're grateful for you and we're glad to be here with you.
Glad to be here, man.
Always, you know.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Just thought I'd let you know you're fly.
No more questions, man. But
Wow.
Well, how was the day, Mandy?
It was great. You know, started off a bit hungry and then, you know, got filled along the way.
the Holy Spirit, that is.
Not sometimes people get relationships and the person that they're with is the
their
God.
Yeah.
Is the God, and that can't
a
work.
problem.
Even for my Christians out there, you can't. God has to be the first, and they have to be the second. Not even the second, because if you're not married, then your family have to come. What, second? And then maybe your dog, and then maybe them. Just saying. Just
But there was
that'd be nice. If somebody in the church is trying to kill you, I don't know how I feel about that.
But
Yeah.
not what you do for them, them just keep on go back, keep on get trouble. And you know, that was Israel during that time.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened now is God really wanted to use Hosea as an example.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wanted to use
Well, yeah, you, the viewers as well. What do you think you're meant to?
Where is it?
I said, I think I said the game shop. And she's like, I know it's the game shop, you know. But why is no you're coming from the game shop?
that is when I get scared, you know. When they know what's up, and they're asking, why is it up?
Why?
Why?
Brother, I came home and I just remember like I didn't see my mother hand, I just felt some.
19.
Right.
To his harvest, and he was storing up things, and he saw that all his barns were not going to be able to hold as much. And he was storing up, and he's just like, you know what, I'm gonna build even bigger barns so I can store up all of that what I have. And he's so happy with himself. And then that same night, he ended up passing away. So it's just like, you would want to do whatever you can to store up and gather all the material things that you want, but at the end of the day, when you do eventually pass away, because it will happen, that's the only thing guaranteed in life, I hear, is death and taxes. Everything in moderation.
I guess when you break it down, like you know when your mother will say take some pride in your schoolwork. She's basically telling you, do better.
Yeah.
Do better.
Be concerned about this era of your life.
Yeah, you can't be getting 20s in the masters.
Jeez,
Coming home and expecting a PS5. That's not how it works.
I call it cash pot grade.
Yeah, cash pot grade. Yeah.
I guess you can call it classism or something.
Yeah.
It was a thing where I didn't feel the need to talk to you because when I feel like you're up on my level.
Yeah.
And I sometimes, it used to be a thing that I would go out of my way and make persons know.
No, I get back my paper. Like, everybody's getting back their paper, and I got back my paper last, but it wasn't like any specific order. And just said how the highest grade was like in 90s, and the lowest grade was like in the 30s. So I'm just like, channel. I'm scared. So I'm like, all right. When I collected that paper, Batman. When I got back that paper, I was the one who got the lowest grade. I could not believe it. One big old fat 35 was looking at me on that paper, and I was just...
Your favorite holiday? You look like New Year's person.
Nah, brother. Nah.
Huh?
No, not New Year's.
I know it can't be easy because I think you like to give up things, like give up food. Like I'm not think so.
Oh, for the length, for the.
I don't see you as a bun and cheese person either.
Boy, you never been to my house. You never been. If I'm not home, if I'm not home, food is saved.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if I'm not asking, it's like food is saved, water is saved. Like they can eat.
We can eat freely.
Yeah,
we can choose what we want.
Yeah, like, bro.
We don't have to scavenge for food.
Poor Monka is not here.
Yeah.
Where you coming out? That's not the word to use.